So several months ago, I was asked to fly out to Yucca Valley to film an Airbnb. For those who don't know, Yucca Valley is located about 20 miles north of Palm Springs. With zero hesitation, I agreed to the project, but there were a couple things on the checklist that we had to cross off first. One being, we needed a lifestyle actress. Luckily for me, I not only had a background in filming luxury real estate, but I also had a background in filming models. And one of my really good friends had recently moved to New York, but I knew that we had to get her out of here for this project. The second obstacle was locking down dates. The host already had a ton of bookings, so carving out a window to coordinate film days was essential. 100%, we should definitely do the 2 days. Yes. What about the week of the 23rd? I checked everything. Weather, flights, car rentals. And just like that, the trip was booked. When we first arrived to Yucca Valley, the first thing we noticed was the heat. It was dry, intense, and inescapable. So any chance we had to leave the windows up, we did. In typical me fashion, I rented a BMW 3 Series because why not, right? I think this'll do. It wasn't until we turned off the main road and onto a world of dust and gravel that I realized maybe this is not the right choice for off-roading. Honestly, there was a moment when the off-road terrain was just completely chaotic and I thought that car was not going to make it. There were these steep hills that I thought for sure that we were going to bottom out. But eventually there it was. The home had looked just like it did online. But standing there in real life, it kind of felt surreal, like we had just stumbled across somebody else's dream. And in reality, it kind of is somebody else's dream.
Honey, I'm home.
So we immediately parked, got out of the car, and did what any wide-eyed traveler would do. We explored. Every inch of this place was designed to reset your soul. Both of the owners were part of the wellness space, so it all made sense. Every material, every window placement, it was all intentional. The dark quartz countertops, the rich wood accent, the way the sun melted through the windows. This wasn't just a home, this was therapy. And let's face it, depending on who you ask, I probably need it.
Crazy what filmmaking, like filmmaking and modeling, what doors this just opens up.
We knew we had limited time, just 2 days. So while Stephanie was getting ready for the first scene, I grabbed my camera and ran through the property like a kid in a candy store. Being for the city, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was gonna step on a cactus or something was gonna crawl on my shoe, and I was not mentally prepared for any of that. But luckily that wasn't the case. For our first scene, we kept it light. A simple shot by the fireplace, Stephanie with a book in her hand, and the evening cooling down around us. Everything about this moment just felt right. The next morning started fairly early. We didn't really have a clear plan in mind, so we kind of just went with the flow. Also, I had no idea that Stephanie could cook like she was on chef's table. When I say she plated breakfast, she did her thing. We stayed indoors most of the day, partly to stay cool, but mostly because any filmmaker will tell you harsh desert sun and skin tones, not the best combo. And I was also solo, so no crew, no diffusers, just me, a camera, and some shade. It's kind of all I had to work with, so we just had to make the most of it. But eventually we just said screw it. We just gotta embrace it, go out to the sun, and if all else fails, we're only a couple steps away from the house.
Maybe you just start halfway.
I think this is the moment everything clicked for me. I looked out at the vast valley, my camera was in my hand, and I just realized, this is my life now. The insane reality of capturing beauty and telling stories with your best friends by your side.
What is there flying here? He's so big! Ah!
And once again, somehow Stephanie was able to turn this $20 meal into some gourmet Michelin star experience. This woman's just unreal. At this point, the desert had gotten under our skin in the best way. We were falling in love with the silence, the stillness, the reset. On our final morning, we set our alarms for 5 a.m. The sun was barely hitting over the ridge, and we made our way over to a quiet spot to set up for some sunrise yoga. I was exhausted, but the moment the golden light kissed the horizon, something switched. But for a while, we just sat there, letting the light warm our faces. The wind wrapped around us, the silence held us, it was perfect. And even though we knew we weren't ready to leave, we had to. So instead, we made a little detour to Joshua Tree and to Universal, because why not? So this was 100% more than just a shoot. This was a reminder on why I do this. Why I chase these moments, why I capture these memories, and why do I turn the ordinary moments into something that just feels cinematic. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe for more behind the scenes stuff like this. See you on the next one.
Cheers.